Marielle and Shay with Talking Unfiltered.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Talking Unfiltered with me, Shay.
And me, Marielle. And if you guys are new here, this is our podcast all about life in Israel and life in general as girls in our 20s, from me as an Ola.
And me as a born and raised Israeli.
Yalla!
I'm a little nervous. I don't know why.
It's been a minute for us.
It's been a minute. We haven't been here for a month. I've been away.
Oh my God, it's been a month?
It's been a month.
Wow.
But it's also been like 3 hours.
At the same time.
But I've been away. So I don't know. I feel like weird. I just landed in Israel like a few days ago, but I landed in Tel Aviv last night. So the entire morning I was having weird feelings. Like I was walking around the street and then it felt weird. And it's so, because I've been on like such a small place with not a lot of people.
Yeah, wait, tell us where you were. Tell us where you've been.
I've been to India.
Shaveh.
And then I've been to my parents' house.
Another vacation of the vacation.
Another vacation. And then, I don't know, I landed here and I was like, oh, wait, I forgot that here, like, everyone look all put together and all of that.
There's something energetically about Tel Aviv. Even we did a work trip to Zichron Yaakov in the north of Israel, and I came back to Tel Aviv after, and I was like, I can feel a shift in vibe and energy. Like, being in the north or the south, it literally feels like being abroad from Tel Aviv.
ממש, ברור.
כן.
אבל כן. So I don't know, I told Marielle before we started the episode, like, I don't know why, but I'm so nervous. And also I'm wearing these new pants I got. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, that would be such a great idea to go to the tailor.
Yeah.
Right before the episode. And then
also, what tailor does it for you right on the
spot?
Right
on spot. His name is not sponsored, guys, but Benat Ofer on King George.
I know, Shai's like, don't you know him? I was like,
no,
wait.
He's first of all, to go to him, it's a whole experience. It's like, he's a really extreme person.
It's always a
and
you
literally do it on the spot. Like you can wear whatever you want, but if he does it for you, then you throw it back into the fitting room. So you're like staying there for like 3 minutes with no pants, and then you get it with the right fit.
Wait, I always explain, I'm like, I have the best recommendations in the world for things in Tel Aviv from Shay, but I always give the disclaimer, I cannot guarantee that the experience is going to be a calm one.
Yeah.
It will be the best price and it will be the best quality. It's going to be an experience, though.
Yeah, but in a good way.
In a great way. Like, you will get
like
the job done.
That should be a paid experience. That's so fun. As Ken. So anyway, I got there this morning and then there was like literally a tiny note saying on vacation until Sunday. And I was like, oh.
We were just talking about this, about like when you have to go do things in Israel and it'll be like, okay, I need to go to the bank or I need to go to the store. Like I need to go pick up a package, these very specific things. And when you go to pick up a package specifically, it'll be like, okay, the package store is open from, it's like a random nut store too. It's not even where you get packages. Yeah. And it'll be like, we're open from Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays from 11 to 12:30. And then again, when we feel like it, it's 6. And then, oh, you're going to take off Sunday to come to the store to get it. No, we're closed that day. Sorry. Like they like really go based off of vibe.
And they don't let you know. You just show up.
There's anyway, a little note.
Ken, mamash, the tiniest note, like didn't even print anything. I just showed up and it was closed. So now I'm wearing literally on the way here, the pants were falling off me. So yeah, I'm a little concerned that it might look bad on the video, but
it's giving like trendy chic, little shirt, big pants.
אבל אני משחררת, it is what it is, and it's connecting to today's topic, which is to let go and detachment, I think I would call it, like if I needed to give it 2 words. And we decided to do this topic based on super interesting conversation or conversations we had with each other, and we find it really relevant. But before we start, a new segment maybe. Are we doing it?
But yeah, I'm going to do it. And I think it's really, really relevant. Okay, because we've been talking a lot about energetically what's going on, and we're both, big spiritual astrology girlies. As we know, I'm very into my Judaism. So I thought, what a better way to start us off than talking about this week's upcoming Parsha, but like breaking it down in a fun way about like what's going on energetically in life, because like right now we just entered the month of Tammuz, and we were talking about detachment and everything, and this is like a really like we're kind of building up, like you're basically, I would describe it, the analogy is like you're seeing all the cracks that you need to work on, and you can either look at them and start fixing them and doing the work, or you can let them get bigger and bigger and there will be like an explosion, because we're building up to Tisha B'Av, basically, is like the time that we're in.
Yeah, I'm ready for the Parsha.
Are you feeling those
Maybe-
vibes? Like, do those resonate with you right now?
It does.
It does? Okay.
As someone who knows nothing about Parashat Hashavua and all of that, like Marielle is like I'm Jewish, but Marielle is my Jewish friend. I'm so excited to hear the
it's going to be
Parasha.
fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. I'm going to set the scene for us. Okay. Basically, there's a lot of drama happening right now. Like, Miriam just died, Moses' sister, and like basically they were all looking. Oh, and it's really important to note that right now, because of Shavuot, we're off of Parsha. So like in Israel, we're ahead 1 week. So if you're listening from abroad, this is ahead. For those in Israel, this will be the one that we'll read this weekend. But it's like basically like there was like a lot of drama, a lot was going on. Everyone was feeling like really tense, overwhelmed. And then Hashem was like, I'm gonna help you. Here's how you're gonna get water from the rock. Don't worry. And Moses got pissed off as fuck and smashed the rock. And Hashem was like, you can't do that. And now all of you, because you're impatient as hell, none of you are going into the land of Israel. Your entire generation will never see the land of Israel. So right now the people are pissed off. Do you know what I mean? Like the people are not happy. That's kind of like the vibe that we're going into is they're kind of in this vibe right now of like, well, if you're not letting us into Israel, then we're not going to listen to you. It's not looking good. Like there's a bad buildup. Okay. Now, basically, we're moving into Parshat. It's called Balak. It's supposed to mean
Hashem told him, you can't do that. Got me.
Because he literally was like,
you actually can't do that.
He gave him strict instructions. He was like, this is exactly how to get the water. Hakoba said it, like, everything's going to be fine. You guys just have to be patient. And they all were like, no, absolutely not. Moses hits the rock. And like, I get the frustration. And honestly, some interpretations, some people say that like it was way too much for Moses. He was like really, really overwhelmed. And like in a way, like it would have been too much to take the people to the land of Israel. Like it almost couldn't have been him. He'd been through so much. He'd done so much for the people. Like,
but why is it normalized for men when they
to hit things?
To break things.
Like, are we surprised?
Like, are we
the Miriam, woman dies, man
she didn't
hits rock.
break her rock.
No, she dies. And in return, they hit the rock.
Yeah.
Okay. So now basically what's happening is that we're in this moment when it's like, okay, we have the Israelites and like there's this king and his name's the king of Moab. Okay. Balak. That's the vibe. His name, he's the king. And he's like basically like looking at the Israelites, and you want to think of like the vibe is like when someone's like really, really obsessed with you and they're like looking at you and they like can't stop hyperfixating. So like this king is obsessed with the Jewish people. Like that's his hyperfixation. And he basically like goes full stalker mode and he like stops giving a fuck about his own kingdom. He like doesn't even pay attention to what's going on in his kingdom. He's so hyperfixated on the Israelites. And so then basically he's like, I'm going to hire this like really famous spiritual consultant, whatever, to curse them. Okay. But even amidst all the chaos that's going on, we still have Hashem always. And so basically he hires this guy, Bila'am. I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Sorry, guys. But basically he hires this guy and he's like, I'm going to make him spread shit about the Jewish people. Like I'm going to make this guy go talk shit and spread shit, and it's going to make them look really, really bad. But then every single time the guy goes to say something bad, a blessing comes out of his mouth instead. So he like goes to talk shit and like the Lashon Hara comes out of his mouth and he only gives blessings.
And he turns to Lashon
Tov. And it turns to Lashon Tov. And so like basically you can, if you want to relate this to like a modern day thing, it would be like when people leave a bunch of hate comments on your post and then it gives you good engagement. So it's like he's trying to spread bad things, but he's only spreading good things. And basically it's like how there's like no bad PR. Like he just like is like basically spreading good things about the Jewish people. So then everyone's like, okay, the Jewish people are like super, super slay. And then there's this like whole moment where like the guys with the donkey and the donkey sees like there's like an obstacle in the road and the donkey sees it before the spiritual guide sees it. I don't really understand what that means. It was like a little confusing. Like sometimes I get a little all over the place with the Parsha and like where the donkey come from, but like it's for the vibes. Anyways, the whole takeaway of the Parsha is basically like sometimes people will misunderstand you, they'll judge you, they'll root against you, but like not every opinion deserves your attention. Like, and you need to put the focus on yourself and like you and your kingdom, because when you put focus other places, like you can't control what ends up happening. You can't control other people, and it doesn't end up working in your favor. And basically like this all relates back to Tammuz, the month that we're in, because it's like basically all these tragedies started happening to the Jewish people because they couldn't see clearly and they got so in their own heads and started to spiral. And it's like a big moment where if you feel spiraling thoughts, we're in this energetic moment where like it will take you down, and it's on us as individual people to like check in with ourselves and be like, what do we need to work on and what do we need to do to not let us get to the point of like the destruction of the first and second temple, basically. And that's the weekly Parsha.
Wow. So basically the Jewish people slayed.
Wait, the Jewish people slayed and they're giving us a blueprint of literally what's about to happen.
Love.
Like we have the blueprint and we can literally help ourselves mentally stay sane by reading the weekly Parsha.
Amazing.
Amen, amen, amen.
Amen, amen. So every time I do anything that's like Jewish, I always so excited to tell it to Marielle. Like when
It's the biggest compliment ever.
when you super, you know how when sometimes you do something that you know your mom would have been proud of you, so you're like, Mom, guess what?" So I feel the same every time I do something Jewish. So when I was in India now, I've been to Bet Chabad,
Can.
which for anyone who doesn't know, is there a chance that people don't know what it is?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Israelis know for sure because Bet Chabad is basically, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like every place around the world, there's a family, like a Jewish family, and then there's like a Jewish house. So you can go there for like Friday dinners or if you
Right.
need anything or
It's a Chabad house. So there's like
Can.
Chabad, it's like these houses all over the place.
all over
and
the world.
like it's important to note that they like follow to the highest level. Like they really take it like they really follow
Shlichut.
everything like strictly and seriously, which is great because it's like that means no matter where you go, you kind of have like experts
Yes.
per se.
But then the reason why all Israelis know what it is
Mhm.
because when we travel like South America, Thailand, India, all of that, we always go to these places to like meet other Israelis. And, you know, I'm not the biggest religious person by any means, but the Bet Chabad is always like super welcoming and you can show up with your shorts and like,
Right.
so I went to Bet Chabad in where I was and we did like Afrashat challah baking.
Yeah.
And we just had actually a super cute, like she gave us her Devar Torah.
It's so cute.
No, yeah, and I loved it. I
know.
loved it.
I love a Torah tour because it's like I love hearing about how it can apply to modern day.
Yeah.
Because there is always some type of a similarity and it makes sense. Like for people who are really into astrology, like there's something to be said for the moon and the cycles of everything and how like energetically there is a vibe in the air and like everything makes a lot of sense seasonally too, you know? So
But to me, it's also when it comes from someone that doesn't like push force religion on me, then
like, this is what I think, do
Yeah.
with it what you will.
then I'm able to accept it more. Like that's why I love having this conversation with you. And I struggle to do this conversation with my super religious uncle. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the same vibe. Like Bet Chabad, it was super welcoming. Like I was wearing
Yay,
my
it's so
bathing
fun.
suit,
Right.
honestly. Like I wasn't wearing my bathing suit, but like I was with
Yeah.
a short and kilo.
You were in
I
like a t-shirt, shorts.
Yeah, like
'cause
on top my
with
bathing
bathing
suit.
suit.
Like you could see that I came up from
the beach.
guys, I wish I knew how to speak English. all
Wait, in the way that you
time.
do.
And the way that honestly, yeah.
In the way that you do.
Sometimes I just forget a little. אבל כן, that was super like welcoming experience.
Yeah.
That's why I was open-minded to it. אבל כן.
Ken, and I feel like it's just so fitting. Like we've been talking a lot about, and it's also been from like our most recent conversations, like this whole idea of detachment and everything going on with the Jewish months about when you were talking about like your apartment and jobs. Like
Yeah.
you're one of the people that's always so good about being like, oh, it's not like I saw TikTok today and it said, you're wondering like why things are falling apart. Well, you asked for something better. So like that's why things are changing. And you're the biggest advocate of like, listen, I just have to let go of it. And I have to let go and I have to move forward and good things will come out of it. And like sitting with that empty space of whatever you're letting go of and knowing that something better will fill it. And it's really, really been inspiring to me throughout our whole friendship.
תודה. I love hearing it, and I feel like that's a lot of self-work and intention I put into it. Like I work really hard to believe that everything happened in my favor and that something's better is always coming. Now, I don't know. I feel like it's proven itself every time I let go of something or that I detached from an idea or a potential or something that wasn't accurate, then something better came. And I have so many examples for it. Like, you know what? I'll even give an example of something that still didn't fulfill. Is that a word?
Fulfill, yeah.
fulfill.
Yeah.
And it's the whole apartment situation.
Right.
So I am looking for an apartment right now. By the way, guys, if anyone hear of anything, I'm looking for 2 rooms apartment, Central Tel Aviv, Jaffa.
Which is so funny because like in America, 2 rooms means 2 bedrooms and a living room. In Israel, it's like they charge you per room. Like a 2-room apartment means living room.
In Tel Aviv, you mean? But whatever. This is the life I chose. I'm going with it. But anyway, before I flew to India, I found the most perfect apartment, Benoga, which is North Jaffa, and I was so excited about it. And I honestly did not believe that I'm gonna find anything better. And I was like, wow, this is the apartment. Right. And I signed contract. Like I was already in a mindset of like, all right, I'm moving. And then I feel like a day before the flight, I told them, the entrance to the apartment was supposed to be while I'm away. So I was gonna subletting the apartment and then to move in once I'm back. So I told them that a friend's gonna come pick up the key to the landlord. And then the landlord was so rude to me. And it was really not nice. And like, I don't know, the entire conversation with them really made me feel like, I don't know if I want to live with that landlord.
And like landlords here typically like can be really hard. It's hard to find great landlords, but there is a standard.
But
still,
I also don't want to live with a terrible one.
Exactly. Like you need to, that your landlord is everything. That's the you know what I mean? Yeah. You need to have a good landlord. And
so I feel like I don't know, all of that is the day before the flight that I'm thinking like, okay, do I want to live with this landlord? Like I'm having a terrible landlord now. I don't know if I want to have the same experience again. But then it was a decision that I reminded myself that everything I let go, then something better comes. And the reason why I almost didn't let go is because I didn't believe I'm going to find anything better than this. Currently, the situation now is that I still didn't find anything better than this. But I'm only telling this story to explain my beliefs around it. Is that I know that if once I've let it go and I believe that the universe or Hashem or God or whichever you guys want to call it will provide something better for me, as it just like makes it so much easier and more fun to live. You know what I mean? Like I'm not stressing over an apartment. I'm not, my lease ends August something. I'm gonna live somewhere.
Right, like you know that you're going to figure it out, that you always have, and that you're capable, and you really have that mindset of, I know something's going to come because I know that I'm in control and I'm provided for, and
it's always prove itself. Like it's always prove itself.
I've been feeling so inspired around the people around me recently, and one of the main reasons I really wanted to talk about letting go, it's actually some tea that we haven't even gone to talk about yet, but it's that my sister just broke, so she was in her first relationship and she just broke up with her boyfriend. Beketa Tov, like they're on good terms and everything. And she's my little sister, but I was like, I'm so inspired by her and I look up to her so much because we were having this conversation. You know, she's telling me like she thinks that this is what needs to happen. And, you know, I won't go into too much of the details of it for privacy's sake, but, you know, we're going back and forth and she says like, it's, you know, a couple different things. I think like, I don't know if this is like what was really meant for me. Like he treats me well. He's an amazing guy. I don't know if this is like team really for me in my life and my future. And then she's like, this might sound stupid. This might be really, really, really stupid, but he doesn't sing to songs in the car with me. And I really just want someone who's going to sing to songs in the car with me. And like, it was so cute and wholesome, but also just like so insightful that it's like, she really knows like what she wants. And it's like, I go like, it's not the little things. It's the little things are everything.
Yeah.
Like those little moments day to day that you have, like that's who you are. That's who you're hanging out with. Like it's not about singing songs in the car at the end of the day. It's about like those quiet moments with your person. And I was like, the maturity that she has at she's like 23 to look at somebody and be like, you're an incredible person, but not my person, and walk away and know that she is, you know, they're both deserving of something better fit and better for them, is like a level of maturity that I wish I had had at her age. Like the relationships that I stayed in for too long, I was like, her ability to be able to walk away, I was like, I will forever be inspired. Like it was crazy.
And it's, you know, we're saying it's the little things, but I feel like it's also, first of all, I love Kenny for this, for being able to detach and like do what's right for you, but then also the ability to say it. It's also a part of detachment. Like now let me try and explain what I mean.
Please.
I feel like for myself, for many, many years, I've missed on so many great things because I gave too much fucks. And I feel like the ability to detach is also detaching of what other people's opinions might be about you, and do whatever you want to do. And it can sound stupid for people. It doesn't sing in the car with me. But then honestly, that's your relationship. That's your life. And if for you that's not stupid, who gives a fuck? Now, I'm saying that because I sometimes still do, I believe we all do, but for so long, and I feel like, I'm not like a 60-year-old woman that can provide us all right now life lessons, but I am a 27-year-old Israeli, and I feel like we have been through enough shit in this country to understand what is important and what's not. And I feel like one of the conclusions that I always get to is that I wish I didn't care. I wish I didn't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about me. Like, even we talk about it so much, but this pod could have been so much bigger way earlier if I cared less, but I didn't.
From both of us, like, it's something I do social media and I still care, and I still, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's exactly this, Kilo. That's the whole point of detachment. Like, we're going to tell you more about it at the end of the episode, but we're starting a new project actually called Talking Unedited, which is a smaller, more personal,
like, sub-podcast, basically,
Marielle gonna have her own and I'm gonna have my own, but I already recorded my first episode, and I was talking about the word cringe and how it destroyed my life, because when I started to make content as part of this podcast, I was so scared of the way I might be perceived to people. I didn't want to sound like, oh, this girl thinks she is, that she's even like opening a camera and talking. So a lot of the times, like even in our account, even until this day, I'm hiding behind humor and memes because this I find less cringy, but I struggle with bringing my whole self to this because I give too much fucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As it's something really big, and it's really connecting to detachment, like, in my eyes.
And it's something I was thinking about a lot too when I was talking about it with my friends, and like how far we've come. And one of my best friends has her birthday at the end of the month, and it always, makes us reflect a lot on what's been going on. And I said, I think that especially for a lot of Olim, and maybe it's just the people I know, I don't want to make a generalization, but I was like, a lot of us kind of hold on to things for too long sometimes because we're so scared of what will happen when that space is left empty. Like, what will happen when we move out on our own and we don't live with our friends anymore? If we quit that job that doesn't serve us, if we break up with the Israeli whose family we've gotten to know, like, it's really, really scary to think about leaving a section of your life just kind of open and empty. And I recently went through like a bit of a BFF breakup with someone. Again, Beketa Tov, like, it's, we're all, like, thank God, mature adults, but it was so hard for me to be like, this person isn't serving in my life and they're such a big part of it, but I can't, they're not serving me in the way that I want to. We don't view friendship the same. We don't communicate the same way. Like, it's taking a lot out of both of us. And to be like, listen, I think we just kind of need to take a break and take a step back. And then you're left with this hole that's uncomfortable, like this person that you're texting all the time and seeing all the time. And then suddenly you're not just seeing them anymore. And it takes a lot to kind of just like sit with the uncomfortable and say, like, I know something better needs to come in this place.
And it's all about belief. Like, it's, let me know if I'm saying it wrong, but trust and surrender.
Yeah, and surrender.
Which in Hebrew, I think is emunah v'bitachon. Like, you gotta have, I see that the two things that you gotta have in order to get somewhere and also to enjoy your ride is that you gotta be confident in what you go for, and you gotta believe that the universe is gonna provide for you if you're gonna have enough intentions and you're actually meant to do it.
Right. The analogy that I used when we were talking about the Parsha last week, like, I hosted a challah bake at my apartment, which was so funny. We did I put edible glitter on the challah,
I've seen.
Which is kosher, by the way.
Challahs.
So I do glitter pink challah now. It's a lot of fun. But I was like, right now it's kind of like the time where I described it as like, it kind of feels like you're on a roller coaster and you just gotta hang on. Like, you're not gonna get off. You're not gonna change anything. Life feels super crazy and chaotic. You just hold on for like the next month. And then you get off and everything's better. But it's like, yeah, there is a lot of times here where like you literally just have to say like, I know it's going to work out and I'm going to figure it out somehow. And you have to put in the work. Like, you have to, I would say like, you got to meet the big guy halfway. Like,
you see
the bus, you still got to run to catch it.
Yeah.
He's going to send the bus. You still got to go to it. Some
believe
of us don't run to the bus, but
it's true. That's, by the way, one of my existential role Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't chase the bus.
No.
Ladies, do not chase a bus or a man. It's only gonna run away from you if you do so.
Nachon.
But
They're
that's actually
saying.
also part of detachment. You know why? Let me be the cliche I love being sometimes, but sometimes I really gotta make it to the bus. And I'm like, I just can't run to it because I don't wanna get to where I need to get super sweaty and gross. And like, I don't know how sad it is when you run after a bus and then you still miss it.
Still miss it, yeah.
The amount of times that I'm going, like I'm seeing the bus already at the stop and I'm like still walking and I'm saying, I know I'm gonna make it. And I'm not running and I'm making it.
Yeah.
You know, be'emunah ve'bitachon, it might sound stupid because I'm only talking about a bus, but then that's a little example that really proves it. Like, I don't chase it, yet I always, of course I miss the bus sometimes, but then I probably meant to miss these buses, but then most times it just works for me.
And like, again, there is something behind, like, when you go somewhere and you get dropped off at the wrong place and then something ends up happening where you then meet someone or stumble across something, like there ends up being a purpose, you know, you just don't notice right away. And it's also like, I think that we get so caught up in like really, really big decisions, like jobs, relationships, friendships, apartments. And I was talking about it with a friend actually, and he had said like, it's crazy because the big things that happen in your life always come from the really little moments that you didn't expect. Like that party that you randomly go to is like how you end up meeting your person. Yeah. Or my best friend was working out at the gym and bumped into a guy and that's how she got her now job. Like, we think that we're like so in control, and it's all those little moments that show us like we're actually not. Like all those little things that you're not paying attention to are like little winks from God, from your guardian angels.
You know, control to me is a delusion. That's never truth. Right. You can be in your home, the most secure place, and then I don't know, an earthquake can happen and you're not as safe as you thought you are, and you can be in the most dangerous place, but then nothing's gonna happen. You know, I feel like that's a delusion, and that's fine. Like, we as human, I believe we need to have this feeling, but it's just a feeling. But I was gonna say something about something you said, that even if it's not true, and like, you know, I really believe that everything happens for a reason, and if I didn't get on that bus, I probably didn't mean to get on that bus, and this and that. Even if it's not true and it's just like delusions we feed ourselves in, what a better way of living is walking around this world with this mindset, instead of like, oh, nothing happens for a reason, I just missed the bus, there's nothing behind it. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, you have to think about, I had this realization recently where I was like, it's me. Like, I'm living my life for me. And why wouldn't I want it to be fun? Like, I was like talking about it. I was like, I feel like I'm on a high right now being in Tel Aviv. Like, life here is so fun. I keep saying, I'm like, I love my friends so much and my friends love me. How special is this? But like, it's this idea of, and I'll boil it down to like, I was at the Omer Adam concert and I was there, you know, singing my songs, starting off my Frecha Girl summer. And I was looking at everyone celebrating and singing, and I got so emotional because he was doing a song and he was holding all the flags of all the different soldiers that have passed and showing them on the big screen. And I was watching all of the Israelis celebrate, and I was like, no one celebrates and enjoys life like Israelis. And I was looking around and thinking to myself, because the people here value this night so much. Like, we are so grateful to be here. The concert the night before was canceled because of Iranian rockets. Like, we are we're like, the fact that we have this concert, the fact that I'm here with my friends, the fact that like we're all here together and we're safe, like there's an appreciation for it that everyone has, and it really adds to that level of joy. And I really see it in society here, that like when good things happen, when things go well, the level of appreciation and gratitude that people give is why things work out for a lot of people. They're like, in Israel, things just always work out. Cause I'm like, cause you're so grateful. You're like, thank God I woke up today, you know?
Which, being grateful, I feel like there's two things that are like, to me, it's the main thing to live a happy life. And again, y'all, I'm not a 60-year-old, I'm not an 80-year-old woman that like have children and grandkids and like been through a whole life. But it's being grateful and detached. I feel like these two roles really changes the way you experience life. And everything you said takes me to, we did an episode about like being a whimsy girl.
Yeah.
And I remember we were talking about how I used to carry crystals in my bag. And every morning I used to choose the crystal that I want to have.
That resonated with you.
Yeah, that I want this energy. Because if I know that, for example, this crystal is really good for when you need to be creative or when you need to lead a conversation with this and that. So I used to pick a crystal that matches the same day and to just carry that in my bag. And even then we were talking about like, even if that's bullshit, even if this crystal have no energy, the fact that I believe that they do and the fact that I put an intention with carrying something that gonna support my creativity or my this and that, even that is enough for this energy to be with me. Like only the idea and the belief that something old energy like is enough. Like at the same way that could have been a super cute iPhone pink sparkly case that makes me more like, you know what I mean? Like the little things that you put energy in, and that's what makes the effect.
100%. Like it really is all about like it comes down to your thoughts are your reality. Like I talk about it in therapy all the time, where she's like, your reality that you're experiencing is your thoughts. You are genuinely controlling. You're in control of every day and how you feel, because it's you and your thoughts. Like you can look around you and like there's certain truths, but you make up stories in your head all the time. And what is it? It's like your words are the house that you build for yourself or something like this. But it's like one of the things she always says, she's like, the most important you can teach yourself is how to stay in a positive mindset. It changes everything. And whatever that might be for you, if it's doing it spiritually, if it's, listening to certain music or doing something, whatever it might be, but like the ability to stay there. Like I've been having a really hard time recently where I've been feeling so irritated and whatever, getting in like tiffs with people at work or people on the street and getting so annoyed. I'm like, I don't want to be the person who's annoyed. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be the person who's like mad or angry. And like, you don't have to be. I mean, you have to notice the cracks and do the work, but it's something like, especially from life here, on one hand, I feel so happy. Like I'm on my way to the grocery store and the shook guy's like, try this fresh watermelon. He's being so cute. And then I walk 10 steps forward and somebody like decks into me and knocks me over. Like you're experiencing it all at the same time. And I'm like, okay, do I want to focus on the girl knocking me over or the lovely old man who just gave me watermelon kind of vibe?
That's why I feel like there's always like, I don't know, when you're going through a bad day, the reason it's a bad day is because there was something a little annoying or not little that happened. And then you're just like holding on to this energy. Yeah. Like we can break it. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying that this is the reason why it's going to be a bad day, not just like a bad moment.
Okay, so what I'd love to hear from you about, because I really feel, to me, you're the expert on it, but like how to know when to detach and walk away. Because like here's the thing is like I feel like I'm so guilty of staying too long. Like with people, with situations, like I am like, maybe it'll get better. Maybe like that feeling of when to walk away, like because you're really good at it. I feel like you usually hit it. You try and try, like with this apartment, like you really put in the effort and then you're like, it's too much. I gotta go.
Yeah. I love this question. And the way I see it is that one, it doesn't matter, because even if you're not able to detach when you needed to, then that's okay. Because at the end of the day, life's gonna drag you out of there. There's a sentence saying, let go or get dragged. Does that make sense? Okay. So like sometimes I feel like the universe gives you signs, or like your guts know that you need to let go of either a person or a job, an opportunity, anything else. And then you're not. And then at the end of the day, it's just going to drag you out of there. And that's going to be way more painful. That's why it's about, like, I feel like we all need to practice on when to let go of something. To me, it's once something is unpleasant in my, like,
in your gut.
in my gut.
Yeah.
I was going to say in my tummy. I was like, not the physical
way.
Yeah, like,
no, in your gut.
In
like
my gut. And it's not solved. And then also when I feel like I need to give so much for myself, but I don't get energy back. So I'll give an example. I used to live with a really, really good friend of mine, and we were such good friends, but not just to be like, oh my God, I'm such an amazing person, but I was genuinely a better friend to her than she was to me. And the amount of opportunities that I got to see that and I still didn't let go were really, I can I can't even start like explaining.
Yeah.
Like I kind of accepted it that she just like, I'm a better friend. Like I'm better at communicating. I was always making excuse like
it's not her strong suit.
Yeah, she's just not really good with talking about emotions and this and that. Like that's okay. Like she's better at other things. Looking back, she wasn't. Like I was 70% of like what makes this friendship like a good friendship. And I'm sorry, like if I'm sound like super like I'm such an amazing friend. Like you know what? If there's one thing I can say about myself, I am a really good friend to my friends. And this girl specifically, like we had really good chemistry and we loved spend time with each other. But honestly, she wasn't in the same friendship standard as the rest of my friends. And then I've witnessed that like 1 time, 2 times. There was few incidents that like really that there was like a sign on the wall saying like, girl, can't you see she's not a good friend? And then I didn't let go. And the way it ended is that life literally dragged me out of there like with the most kilo annoying
like
and like
screaming in your face like it's over. Like
it ended up in a scenario that it was like, wow, I cannot believe she did that to me. But then like I was thinking with myself and I was like, you don't believe she did that to you? Like that was there all along. You just didn't let go. Right. So now I didn't let go, so I got dragged. Does that make sense?
No,
I hope that
really does.
Everything I'm trying to say comes through.
No, it really,
I'm a little
really does.
Stressed today with
don't be. It's not only is it making perfect sense, but I think it's like the biggest lesson. I mean, I say for Olim who are here, but it's really for anyone that it's like I see people stay in so many situations and like get stuck in routine. And I've been thinking about it a lot recently. Over the past couple weeks, I've met so many new amazing people. I've been in Israel for 5 years. I'm still making new friends. I'm still trying new things. Like the biggest mistake I see people make is like they make their friends and then they stop and then that's it. Oh, I'm settled and you just got here and I don't want to, I don't want to go there. I don't want to make new friends. I have my friends, whatever. And it's like closing yourself off. It doesn't get you anywhere. Like you need to kind of release like even if people have been around and you love them, it's okay to distance yourself based off of interest, based off of what you like to do. Like there's so many of my really good friends and I don't see them as much because we just have different schedules and interests. When I do see them, I'm so excited, but like it's so okay to let yourself grow apart, get close to different people, flow a little bit. Like it doesn't need to just stay exactly as it was when you first got here. And I just think it's something that I really see with Olim, like holding on, even with jobs, like staying with the toxic boss because you don't think you're deserving of a better job or a better raise or being too scared to ask for the promotion.
And I feel like for Olim, it's even harder because you have, it's same as let's say for myself, I feel like I can make mistakes because I'm always going to have a place to go. I have my family here. If I'll get fired because, I don't know, I took a risk or something, that's okay. Like I have a back. For Olim, many times you're here on your own. So it's like way scarier to like, to make this brave decision, to leave the job that doesn't fit you, to leave this friends group that you don't super align with because you don't believe you're going to find other friends group. But then I feel like that's the work. Like, if I'll answer your question of how do I know when to let go, once something makes you suffer, and it's not like a one-time thing. Like, even you and I, like if we'll ever have a fight, I don't think I'm just going to walk away and like not be your friend ever again. But it's because I get the same feedback from you. Like it's not going to drain me. It's not going to do that because it's going to be like it's going to be a dialogue. I'm not going to be on my own in front of something. But I really do think that especially for Olim, and I don't know, I feel like people who came here that are not Israelis because you have some sort of connection to Judaism. And I feel like that's exactly what it's about. One thing I really love about Judaism is that it keeps always repeating about how important it is to trust Hashem. And again, it's okay, I call it on different ways, but it's all under the same idea. And it's about the belief that something's good gonna happen for you once you're gonna take these like brave steps.
And it like makes you see the good. And you brought up like the thing of listening to your gut. Like it's people joke about it all the time that like your body, like there's a book called The Body Keeps the Score. Your body literally knows that, oh, you suddenly started dating this man and you're breaking out and your hair is falling out. Your body doesn't like him. Like if your body knows before other things. When you're like, I met this group of girls and like they were so cute and fun, but I was like, wow, I feel really tense and anxious around them. And then I was like, okay, really nice girls, they're just not for me. For some reason, my body knows this is not a group of people I should be hanging out with all the time, and I don't really know why. And then fast forward a couple years later, they have like this whole drama, whatever, that I'm hearing about through the grapevine of people, and I'm like, okay, something my body just knew. It wasn't my team. It wasn't a good fit. They're doing their own thing. And it's just like, it's so important to like check in with yourself, and because your body literally knows and reacts to people. It's like when you're with your comfort people and you just relax.
Yeah.
And you get sleepy and you like
Nahan.
I always say, like, my best friends are my friends that I can sit with them and I can fall asleep on the couch, and like I want them there talking while I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with them.
And I love that you're saying that, because I feel like all of us, especially as girls, we, not just as girls, but like especially as girls, but we all were taught to like kind of gaslight ourselves.
Wow.
You know what? Now that I'm at this age I'm at now and like where I'm at in life, finally I'm able to tell myself, you know what? That was never in my head. The girl I didn't like,
Wow.
the guy I wasn't sure like what's there not working with us, the job I didn't love, it was never in my head. I always knew.
Wow.
My God always knew. But then society makes us believe like, oh my God, you're just a hater. Why don't you like this girl?
Yeah.
I
He
don't
doesn't
know.
have a crush on you. You're being too cocky. It's in your head. No.
And you know what? I want to say sometimes it's true, but then most times there is something there, even if, I choose to believe myself.
Right.
I choose to believe myself. Like, you know how people always say that you need to treat ourselves as like the little, like the inner child, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even that, like if now my nephew will come up to me and have an amazing teacher and be like, she told me this and that, would I believe him? Yes, because I believe this child, even if that teacher is amazing. So I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but
No,
like
for sure.
if
Like,
this girl that everyone loves and I just don't, I want to believe my inner child, you know, same as I would believe my nephew.
like your little, like that, like intuition.
Yeah, like
that
this
little,
girl know. This girl know. And like, I feel like when we become like people and not like children, like when we turn like, I don't know, 13 or something, we start to shift and like change. And that's a good thing. But then I feel like according to what society wants from us, and then I feel like maturing, like being in your late 20s is about remembering who the fuck you are, and it's not what people like formed you into believing.
Like being friends with you has helped me so much, and like I can confidently say I'm at this place now that I never, like, I'm such a relationship person and like love to like always be around people. I have literally gone from the shift over the past year from like fuck I'm alone to I'm alone. Like I'm so happy that I have time with myself right now. And like I literally like the past couple weekends I've now been like, I'm really trying and almost there, but like pretty much fully keeping Shabbat and like not like, for sure I haven't been on my phone for a while, but there's been like things that I've been forgetting or mistaking or whatever. And it's like I walk without my phone now. Me, myself, and I in my head, I might sound or look a little bit schizophrenic, but I'm like, I'm having a fucking time. I'm like talking to myself, talking to God, thinking about different things I have to do. Like I am having the best time in my own head. And that takes a lot of like work and time and therapy and everything. But like the biggest thing is like being in Israel, I was like, there was this like voice in the back of my head always saying like, I'm here alone. And I was like, that in its nature is true, but I'm technically always alone. In theory, like we're all kind of like, you know, living our own lives, and I'm not alone. Like I got the big man with me, but like, oh, I'm alone. Like I can do whatever I want. I can get a sparkly phone case and I can cut bangs and I can wear fun outfits.
Whatever the fuck you want, literally. That's also a relationship. Like to be you and your own. Your guys are little besties.
Wait, I was like, me, myself, and I, my three best friends. Like we're having a time over here.
You're having a time over there.
Yeah, like literally, someone had asked me out and I had said no, and they're like, "Oh, are you seeing someone?" I was like, "No." He said, "Then what do you want to go out?"
Myself and I.
I don't know. Me, myself, and I were pretty busy. No, it's just like I know what's right for me, and you know, and I have a good time. Like I don't need to go out with someone just to go out with someone. Like I'm genuinely enjoying myself.
Nachon. Now I'm not saying kilo. I feel like we always know the answer, but then also a lot of the times we're confused. Between intuition to anxiety. So for example, I hate going on dates. So sometimes I can be like, no, my body tells me not to go on this date. But the truth is, I'm so scared of going on this date. And I feel like that's what it's about, like to know yourself well enough to know when it's like your truth and when it's just anxiety that's talking out of you.
And just like you gentle parent yourself,
it's
good to gentle parent yourself into things. Like we always talk about, you know, it's really important, like when you're here to build community, and it's like you sometimes have to gentle parent yourself and say like, you should try to go to the party, and if you don't have a good time, you can just go home. Like there's no harm in trying. Like it's a really fine balance. And it's, you know, we talk about like with especially detaching in Tel Aviv, there's so much going on. You cannot have FOMO. You cannot be like, oh, I'm going to freak out because I'm missing this event, or I'm not going to this hangout. So everything, no, babe, there's going to be an event the next day. Like it's fine. You have to know that good things are coming, and you have to put yourself in the position to receive. I think like that's where people get disconnected, is like we're in such a spiritual, incredible place, but you have to put yourself in positions where you can receive things. Like you have to put yourself in spaces where you want to be and surround yourself with those who you want to be like.
Yeah. You know what I just remembered? Talking of things you always know. Me and Marielle, we had a friend. I'm telling the Ain Hara story.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I was wondering where this was going.
No, because
wow, but Ishney, I have to tell you something after. There's actually tea
on that girl.
On her.
Tea.
Like not tea that has to do with anything or anyone. It was just like
a Lashon Hara. All right. We got to talk about this meme, but like we'll get there.
Honestly, it's not even Lashon Hara. It's just fact checking.
Right. That's okay, y'all. People, we got so much hate. We post this meme of like pictures of matcha and this and Lashon Hara. The amount of people like, oh, you should try to do Lashon Hara with your friends. Guys, if you think I care about anyone that much at what I do with my friends to sit and talk shit about others,
wow,
you're mistaken. But first of all, learn how to take joke. Second, don't be a hypocrite. One thing that's really annoying about Americans, everyone talks with their friends. That's so okay. That's so valid. People talk about me. I talk about people. I'm sharing experience and things that happened to me with my friends. That's okay. I'm not saying like.
And the biggest thing with like when it comes to the Lashon Hara, and I learned this from my dad. He was really good. Like he was always said like, don't say anything about someone behind their back that you wouldn't say to their face. So I always make sure, like, for example, if I don't like somebody or something happens and I want to say something, I always make sure that like if that person came to me and said, did you say this? That I would feel comfortable saying yes. Like you've got to own it. Like if you're gonna do it, you have to be like, and I think that's the way that I think about it is I'm like, whatever I say, I need to say with my full chest and own that's how I feel.
Nachon. But also I think in general, like if we won't be like super deep about it, we're whole humans. If anyone says they don't gossip, I don't believe you. And listen, I'm the last person to sit and like make my life about other people. I really don't give a fuck about most of you. But
wait, our listeners, we love you and we care about you.
No, yeah. But
more than anything.
Achi, I mentioned I love you guys. Aval, I just didn't like I was sitting in my room reading the comments of like, oh my God, try like have matcha and like talk good things about people. Obviously I do that, but then
no one's gonna share it, babe.
That's not the joke, but
we're spreading the gospel of the podcast, and then you're gonna hear great, lovely, amazing, beautiful tips when you listen. Gotta get the word out, babe.
Yeah.
Wait,
I just didn't love the people who were trying.
That was Ain Hara as she did something?
No, but I want to tell this story about how we always knew. Me and Marielle, long story short, for those of you who don't know, we met at work. We used to work together. I was a coordinator in a program. Marielle did social media. There was another girl that worked with us. That's too specific.
I think it's too specific.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, because first of all, the chances that she's listening to it are really high, actually. But I'm not saying anything bad. That's the thing.
No, I know. Okay,
it's not that I don't give a fuck about her. Like, I don't want to hurt anyone, but I'm just telling a story that, like, I think we all can learn so much from.
We can.
She was, I don't know, we just met. Like, we weren't, like, friends of years, but we met and we connected. Yeah. Like, you became really good friends with her. I became good friends with her. Then me and Maria started this podcast. Now, if you want to find out who your real friends are,
start doing social media.
And you're gonna discover. When we just started this account, I was so on it. Like I used to look on every person that views our story.
Shy would be texting me. She's like, the guy you went out with, this guy that Zoe went out with, exes.
It just like her story. This person just viewed
oh my God.
It. But I've noticed that this girl that's allegedly is a good friend of both of us.
Yeah.
She watches every single story we post. And when I tell you the second I post it, she never followed.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's been a year and something since we both don't work there anymore. Like I personally, once I realized that she just like watching and never engage, I was like, all right, this is weird. To me, that's a sign to take a step back. And I did. And today we're not friends. People can say that's an exaggeration, but that's the reason why I took a million step backs from this girl.
Right.
She watches everything. Tell me this is not evil eye.
Wait, okay. And then the whole cat of it was that like I was having a really, really, really hard time and I felt like someone was evil eyeing me. And I thought it was a different girl from work. And then I went to my evil eye lady and she described this girl exactly and was like, you just need to be careful. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Anyways, but like for all intents and purposes, like it was just one of those things where it was like exactly that, where it's like you start to get that feeling like something's not right. Okay, I'm going to take the step back, as opposed to waiting and like,
yeah, and then
you
to
know,
get dragged and I don't know, she
Ken,
could like sabotage
no,
something.
the people that don't engage with your stuff when you start posting, like it doesn't matter like what my friends are doing. Like I'm their biggest fan. Like anytime I hear, I barely fully understand like what half my friends do for work. But like, for example, one of my best friends is a tattoo artist. I see someone with tattoos. I'm like, you want another one? They're like, who are you? I'm like, my best friend's a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And that's the people I want around me. And you know what? This girl, by the way, until this day, and guys, it's been a while. We're already like we're a legit podcast, y'all.
Like, look at us, we're in a studio.
But until this day, she's been viewing our story.
Mhm.
She haven't liked a single post of ours or followed since it started.
No.
Now, the reason why I'm telling this whole story is because when we just started to like connect, I had a weird feeling about her, I gotta say. And I gave it a chance because, again, I don't want to cancel people because I don't know, maybe.
It's so important to give people a chance.
But then that was like, to me, the final stamp that she's just like not on my side. She's not on my side. She's not a good friend. And I feel like that's super important. And here I'm telling you this story because people could listen to it and be like, okay, that's a little too much, y'all.
Wow. No, but and people will say like, Lashana has bad, all this stuff. But it's like, I also was like, I don't know. I feel a little off. And then we talked about it and I was like, you know what? I do need to take a step back.
Can.
And it's, again, Beketa Tov, like it's all good vibes, but it's, you know, wow. Okay. Any final thoughts you want to finish us off with?
First of all, I love that we talked about it. Second of all, let me check my notes.
Yeah, fair.
I
can say I already know my final thought. It's something I've been thinking about.
Okay.
And it's that you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. And to treat that as sacredly as it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be your coworkers, that can be your friends, that can be your partner. I don't know in what aspect of your life, but you literally take on their qualities and the things that they do and their values and who they are. So do with that what you will, and know that that's so, so, so sacred, and you should treat it as such, and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that you would trade places with.
I love this. And I'll finish with my thought around it is a thought that I really love. But I love the thought of whatever mind's never gonna
What's mine is never gonna pass me by.
Okay, I'm saying it again.
Yפה.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish with a thought I really love, and it's whatever minds will never gonna pass me by.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like talking about detachment is, I don't know, we always talk about it among ourselves, and I feel like it's really beautiful that we brought it into our podcast, and I feel like it resonates so much with life in general and also life in Israel. And I don't know, I just want to wish for us all to have more faith that the universe is going to provide something good for us.
Remember, we are all trust fund babies because Hashem always provides.
Nachon. And one final thing is, we mentioned that earlier, but we're starting actually a new little project that it's gonna be called Talking Unedited, which basically that's a mini version of the podcast. It's gonna be Talking Unedited with Marielle and Talking Unedited with Shay. That's gonna be 2 different shows. It's gonna be short episodes, 5 to 15 minutes, where each gonna share whatever she want to say.
Yeah.
The idea of it is to do something that is more personal, less like a studio editing vibes, more like in my room talking with my friends.
So you guys also like it'll hopefully let you guys in more into like who we are as individuals. So when you hear us together, also the topics that we're talking about will make more sense. Like you'll have a little bit more of an idea of what's going on.
The whole point was a way of letting you guys get to know us better, because I feel then it makes all the topics we talk about more relatable.
Right. Especially as we have some fun guests coming in, and as we involve other people to really let you guys see inside of what's going on.
Legamre. As thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Love you.